So I guess I'm never gonna hear the end of this story, but
What
maybe I'll hear
story?
it behind closed doors. I don't know. Maybe somebody will help us out. Cash wasn't too open with it, but I believe it was on your channel. He tells a story about Kay hunting him down outside, and I just wanted to hear. See, he gave me the kind of wise and the kind of the you know but what I was here, what I heard half of was, we was running. I was going this way. He was coming this way. He busted
Ah,
a U
you,
turn.
is
He
that
came.
Cash, he read a lot of Shakespeare in prison.
That was the story that I was most interested in, but I didn't get it from him. You know what I'm saying?
You know, him and Kay had a very unusual relationship.
They exist. Those relationships exist.
Like like a love-hate relationship, to tell you the truth, man. Because one day Kay wanted to kill him, and the other day he loved him. And I stood away from that. I grew up around people like Kay. How can I put that? At a very young age, I was around older guys that were very violent and could be violent on the streets and then come home. Does that make sense?
I call that the duality of man.
Yeah.
I believe that a man can be two things at the same time. I can be a
So
loving father, a loving husband. You can also cross me and I can split your shit all the way down the middle. You know what I'm saying? That's just life.
and I knew how to kind of like maneuver around Kay, man, because like he was crazy. He was crazy. He was down. I remember one day we were driving down 26th Street and we were just chilling. We were like having a really good time. We are listening to that's when that Air Force song was on by I think Nelly. And and we were just jamming, and all of a sudden he throws the escalator in park, jumps out, grabs this dude, starts hitting him. I'm like, what's going on? So I jump out and I'm like, what is he, a 2-6 or what's going on?
Yeah,
Like,
we gang banging right
no, and he jumps back in. He's like, man, that fool owed me $50 for the longest. And I'm like, did we just do that right now for
now.
fifty dollars?
$50.
And but the thing is that he wasn't trying to portray to be nothing. That was just how he was. That was just his character, his demeanor.
His
But
principles.
the 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 thing with him is that if you told him you were gonna do something, you better do it.
Exactly. If the $50 fell under his principles palace policy, then you might get smacked up over it.
And that's the thing. That's the thing with him and Cash is that they were always fighting over that music stuff and like disagreeing. And he had me chasing him that day, and Cash was moving through traffic too fast. You know how it is when you grow up in Chicago. You know how to get away from rammers. You know how to get away from
And
people
so
chasing you.
Woodwan.
Yeah, mándale la suburban. It's but it wasn't like bad. Like people like made it out to seem like he wanted to kill him. No, it was just. I mean, don't get me wrong. He would punch them in the mouth,
Right, right.
but it was just love.
Te quiero. People have asked Cash, people have asked JC, people have asked all kind of people in this story if they feel like the twins or Val had anything to do with Kay going, and the answer's always been that these people did enough for each other, and these people have done so much for each other, including Kay for them, and vice versa, that they don't see it. So I want to throw that out there before it sounds like or feels like we're asking a question that's been asked 1,000 times that we don't accept the answer to. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready to accept the
Bro.
answer.
For years, like I carried a guilt because I felt that as soon as I left, it happened. Like there was a guilt in me that I can't even explain. And I talked about it in one of my videos. I had a dream where he came to me and like we were sitting on a bus stop and he was telling me, don't go back. And I was like, man, I'm broke out here. I missed the life. I want to go back. And he just told me, don't go back. And he got on the bus and it left. Um, when I went back for his funeral, I had to go get Fat Joe's wife from the airport and bring her to the funeral. Um, Al, told me go get her. I brought her. But when I got back, man, I'm not gonna lie, I felt weird. I felt like they were gonna something bad was gonna happen to me. And I got on the plane, man, and I left, and I just, I just never came back to Chicago again, bro. And it has a lot to do with that dream with him.
Hmm. Do you miss it?
I miss it a lot, bro. I cry sometimes, man, because it's all I knew. The classics, the freestyle, like the South Side, the North Side, just it's all I knew, bro. Like even going down to the lake, like
You don't think
parking
it's
on roller
you don't
skates.
think now in 2024 is a time for you to wifey from Arizona? Wifey from Arizona, right? She don't know nothing about Chicago. For her to see a summertime shy and a Lakeshore Drive, a spin down Lakeshore Drive, and then to go back home, none of that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, but the thing is too, man, like look at it like this. We have to be realistic and think how many youngsters out there want fame nowadays for the wrong reasons. Like how many youngsters are willing to do like I call it the dirty, and it's because of what we stand for today. This what how people, I guess you could say, earn their stripes now. Because I mean, I was just thinking about the other day. I seen some like white lady at Fry's with her whole face all blasted, and I was like, "Damn, everybody getting tattooed up now." It's like you don't even have to earn them no more.
Nah, man. The gentrified neighborhood, you run into somebody, you think they coming to get you, they got the face full of tattoos, and it's just some girl named Kathy that works at the local Starbucks and lives in Logan Square. Like they done took all our hoods from us, so
We just live in different times, chill, and I have to be realistic and just I don't know, man. Just be careful.
that's
That's
cool.
all.
Well, if y'all ever want to come take a ride down motherfucking Lakeshore Drive, I put a whip in the front, a whip in the back, and we make this run, bro. Because there's no reason
All right,
people can't
let's
enjoy a
do it.
summertime shy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna enjoy one this year, and if they take me, y'all make me a goddamn legend.
Hey, you know what I want to do one day? I want to go out there and I want to film the whole Mexican parade because a lot of people are asleep on how big our Mexican parades
Yo,
are
I
over
saw
there.
Johnny Mitchell dressed like Weekend at Bernie's, as talking about surprised that there were so many Mexicans in Chicago, and it's like, listen, I come from a Mexican, Puerto Rican, and black neighborhood, and if you go to the blacker neighborhood, there's Mexicans in there. If you go to the more Puerto Rican neighborhood, there's Mexicans in there. If you go to the Mexican neighborhood, there's Puerto Ricans and blacks in there. Like that's how we live here. Like and for him not to know that, I was surprised. For people not to know that, people in the country don't know that. So you're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I believe honestly, it's our time to tell our story. It's our time to not necessarily shine, but shine light on everything and how we grow up and stuff like that. Because like it's time for a change, man. It's time for some of us to like go back and help. Like it's time to clean up our yards, man.
How did you feel about Kay in the music business? Did you feel like that was something that could work for him?
I mean, I saw it happening. Why? Because like the streets are music. Like that's what they talk about. So like when everything was happening, I thought it was like I felt like I was on top of the world. Like sitting in rooms, people, famous people in the room and rapping and stuff like that. Like I felt like I was on top of the world.
Did you feel like he was? Because the reason I asked that question about the music business is because it's like, we know what we know what a dude that loves game banging is like. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes that love game banging, there's just no room for too many other things that they don't that don't go bad because of how much they love game banging. You know what I'm saying? So I always wondered if K was, with the music business, was that something that was afforded to him, that he looked at like I could do that, and with the hustle business, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody asked in the chat, like how much did he have to do with the twins and with the hustling and with the rise of this, that, or the other, and I ask you, you know what I'm saying? Was he the Trinity? He could play the music game, play the hustle game, play the streets game, or do you see like he should have stood in one lane, or one lane was for him, or?
Nah, he was doing it all, man. He was doing big things. I from my perspective, and I could only speak from my opinion. Um, I kind of felt like he fell in love with the whole music part of everything because you're able to tell your story, and a lot of people don't know this, but usually in the morning, Kato, Val, also everybody would show up to his house in the morning, and we do a recon before we would all leave. And in the morning, it was always lighting up blunts and talking about ideas and what he was doing and what was gonna happen. And I always say, man, we were having hood masterminds before any of these YouTubers. Of course, yeah, it was all street stuff, but I feel like he was really in love with it, man. The relationship that I saw him build with DMX and it just I don't know, man. The moments I remember the most with him are the his wedding night at that hotel in downtown. Those are the night that I remember the most of them.
Tell me a story about his relationship with X.
They were really, really tight, man. They hit it off. They were just two peas in the pot, man. And you know, Kato got him. I don't know if anybody knows, but Kato bought X a truck with his whole dry and everything on the back of the truck, a Ram truck with like it was the biggest rims I had ever seen in my life. I think there were like 27s or 25s. I don't know, but it was a gray Ram truck, and he got it personalized for him. And they had a really good relationship, man. They had a really tight relationship. They talked a lot, man.
I could just imagine the shit that y'all talked about just sitting in the desert after running around on four wheelers, you and X. Like I can only imagine, bro.
Man, X was they broke the mold when they made him, and
I agree.
he uh he was carrying around a lot of demons too, bro. A lot
I
a lot of
agree.
dark stuff, and but he had a really good heart, man. And I want to tell him, I loved him, and I'm glad that I got to spend some time with him.
Forever X. So before we let you go, question for you: You okay with Jay and Cash coming on? Cause they want to interrupt your session and kick your door in over here. All right, y'all. I'm gonna cut the camera for a
That's fine.
second. Jay Flores in the building. Salute to Jay Flores in the building.
Blessings, y'all. What up, man? JC,
What's up?
how you doing, bro?
What
Hey,
up?
listen, guys. I missed um all of it, but I just want to make sure I made time to just come in and say what's up to you, JC, man, and to Shy.
Jay kicking in doors again. Week 2, kicking in
Nah, I
doors.
have to support my Christian brother. I have to support and thank him too. He uh he introduced me to some amazing people. And congratulate him on all his work. He's doing a lot of good things, especially I'm happy for him. I'm not gonna say proud because I feel like when you say someone you're proud of someone, it's like you didn't expect it. And I seen it. I think you're gonna move on to the way bigger things and hopefully continue changing people's lives and touching people's life, right? So man, salutes to you, JC, for all your work, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. I love you.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Now that we're here, I have to say, I'm gonna jump in for Val since she couldn't be here.
Sure.
I could already imagine her hearing the stories and her laughing about all the crazy, I have to say, dumb shit that you guys did. Um, I try to listen to some of your videos and I listen to you guys saying, well, we wanted to do everything on our own, so we don't pay no one. And I said, oh shit, that sounds like some failed drug traffickers right there, for real.
Cutting corners.
Yeah.
Yup, cutting corners, man. Um, but yeah, for sure. I really wish you could actually be here and be a part of this. You know,
that's why I give her the credit, man, because like there was so many times where the guys just didn't give me an opportunity, and she always gave me the opportunity. Like she always, I think she just seen something in me.
oh yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you for sure. I know she has love for you to this day. You know that. We spoke and um I heard so many stories about you, good ones, bad ones, funny ones, a lot of funny ones. That's for sure. Uh, but yeah, it's crazy because after all these years, man, we always talk about suffering, right? And even when you think that you've made it through it, some way, somehow, um, that past continues to haunt you, and it takes more than just a light switch to change. You know that, right? You see, and I think people don't get that. It's not going to be overnight thing, and she's always been a totally different person. I think when people hear the stories, because sometimes even when I hear the stories, it's like, is that the same person, right? Because I see her in a different way, right? And I think it's hard for people to comprehend, but um, yeah, she's special in many ways for sure, one of a kind. Um, you know what too, and it's crazy. We haven't talked about this. I still remember the first time I actually met you. Like, I knew of you, I already had seen you around, but the actual time that we first met, I was with Kay, and we went by your still folks, and we went by your hood over there by 59, and on the way over there, we went in the alley, and you came out, and I was looking at you. You were just staring at him. What's up? Like, it was just weird, like laugh, and you guys looking at each other, and he's like, "Where your boys at, man? I'm gonna find somebody. I'm gonna fuck them up too. Wherever I find them, we're in a regular car." He's like, "I can't find. Why? Where's everybody at?" And he was just like, he would just taunt you all day. And I remember he looked at you and he was like, "King Love, motherfucker."
Yeah, he like I'm gonna say a story that nobody knows. I had a big rammer. It was a Silverado 1977 pickup truck, extended, all metal, bumper, everything. And this is what I used to chase people in, when I was in SD. Kay had just gotten his car washed and he needed to borrow my truck to go get those big dispensers of soap, those buckets.
Hmm.
And man, I did not want to let him use my truck, man, because I already knew him.
Oh man.
It took every ounce of me to give him the keys to my truck, man.
You know what? It's hard to kind of describe him, right? Like, he was always, you could imagine all the shit he would do. Like, he would go buy rammers, right? He'll go buy ram and spend $2,500, $4,000. He didn't care, just to ram some cars in one day, just take it to the junkyard, like whatever. But he had fun, and that's all he cared about. But he didn't care what type of car he was in. You know that's the hardest part about lending him your cars, because he will say, "Let me use your car," and then
Yeah,
it's over with. But uh,
yeah.
yeah. Hey, before I forget, man, what's up to everybody in the chat? Everyone checking in with Shy. Yo, man, how you doing, bro? I didn't even say hello to you.
I'm good. I'm just here to facilitate. Tell these fools in the chat, get them likes up.
Bro, I'll be honest with you. Like, it's all about, I jump on here. It's not about it being an interview. It's just about, being, in the basement, right? Sharing some stories. And I think that there's no reason why you shouldn't have 1 million views by now. Not because of me, I'll tell you that much. But, sharing those real stories, I think no one's on here
I'm
trying to,
just
like,
sitting here trying to talk war wagons with JC, and YouTube is holding me up. You know what I'm saying? JC, do you run into a lot of demonetization on your YouTube channel? A lot of ad suitability in the yellow, the little yellow dollar sign bullshit.
No, I kind of maneuver. I'm not doing YouTube videos lately. I've been doing kind of slacking, but back in the day, in my heyday, there's a way around it. Pretty much with you delete the video and you put a different title on it.
Mm.
You know, and you don't swear, right? So the first was it 2 minutes? Every first 2 minutes, don't say no swear words or no stuff that is sound bad.
See, I feel like it's a random ass system. I feel like,
Sometimes it is.
yeah,
Sometimes
right.
it is. If you follow straight protocol, you get by. You get by. Not none of your stuff gets hit. That's why you'll see like people that like Wes Watson, how he sticks to the same thing that says prison
Mm.
prison gang thing, and then the name of the description of the video.
I see. Okay.
Cash, what up, bro?
Salutes to Damien Cash in the
Doo, doo,
building,
doo,
y'all.
doo.
Hundreds up in the chat. Hundreds up in the chat. Get them likes up.
What's up, y'all?
Shit, we
What's
hanging
going
out in the
on?
basement.
I thought we'd just make it a big fucking family reunion real
Shit,
quick.
Yeah, for sure. I heard
Hey, man,
Shy wants to put you back in the hot seat.
yeah, hey, can I? I'm no stranger to the hot seat. Hey, Julio, can you tell him how badly he yelled at you probably for letting me get away?
Yeah.
Same day. It was your fault,
How
JC.
bad?
You
Come
got
on,
away.
let's tell him that. Come on, you were the one in the driver's seat, man. Since they want to hear the tea, man, we're
Yeah,
gonna give them the
I
tea.
know.
It's
Hey,
it's
look it.
it's S A. It's Escalade. It's a sand beige Escalade and a vanilla Escalade. Same year, same model, same rims.
Now let's make it
26
clear
and
to the
Kedzie.
audience. Audience,
You
I
drove.
wouldn't be
Hey,
asking these questions if there wasn't half a story out there already. I'm just trying to get y'all
Hey,
part two.
I'll tell you one thing. You know how to maneuver yourself through traffic.
it's either that or I feared for my life. Which one do you
Mm,
think?
you fear for your life for sure. Eh,
Nah, I will say I'm a pretty nifty getaway driver from years of experience, but that was fueled by adrenaline of fear for my life because uh he had an ability with his words, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is a quote for quote, right? I just want to punch him so hard in his chest that I could
mm.
feel his heart skip a few beats.
Yeah, that's something.
All
Hey,
right,
but listen,
all right.
in saying that, that's all him. But I think, listen, guys, for all those people watching, like, when for me, if I ever tell a story about Kato, or I think for anyone, like, we're speaking about someone's life, right? The life he lived, the character he was. It's like it's hard because it's like we're trying to glorify that life anyway, but that was who he was. And I have no doubt in my mind when he was chasing you, Cash, he was out to kill. He wasn't out just because that's
Oh
how he
man,
felt at the moment. At the moment, he didn't care what happened to
yeah,
himself.
no.
Like,
If you
because
knew
he was
him,
an
you knew
emotional
if you
person. He
knew
was an
him,
emotional
if you
person.
knew him, if you knew him, he loved you in both realms and both aspects. He could love you knowing that you were the
Hey,
one that like
he
formulated
punched
for him,
me.
and
He punched me
but
on his wedding night.
On his
oh yeah,
wedding
for
night,
sure, for
Yeah, he
sure,
punched me on his
for
wedding
sure.
night because I kept on giving DMX coke.
I would have punched
Oh
you
yeah.
too.
Yeah, yeah, but I remember,
He got so upset at me. He even I forgot what he told me. Like
man,
he told me some words that like
I'm
I
gonna
had
tell
never heard
you
him before. Like he was
to
disappointed.
I have a story. I remember, um I was riding by, or he called me or something, and he would hang out at the W, right in front of the W. I remember pulling up on him, and he was looking down and shit. And I right away thought, oh, Val must have kicked him out the crib or something. And I said, man, what's wrong? He's like, man, yo, he's like, X, bro, like, I can't, everything I try to do, man, get this guy good. You know what I mean? And it's hard, bro. I feel bad. And it would really get to him. You get me? Like he used to really, really like he used to eat at him that he couldn't, um, get X off of using. You get me? Um,
Yeah,
and it's crazy because it would really hurt him for sure.
yeah, he got mad at me that night, man. Got mad at me. He was disappointed.
He gave you the
Man.
he gave you
Yeah,
the mommy poppy speech,
I
the
got
disappointment.
I got a phone call that night. It was a complicated phone call because we buried the hatchet a little bit after that. But I'm mad that I wasn't there at that wedding because we were, not friends at that point. But
But
he really
I'm
simply,
glad he
he
didn't
really,
invite me, Cash. I'm glad he didn't
yeah.
invite me to the wedding.
Hey, he simply said, after I fuck you up, I'm gonna be mad at you because you didn't come to my wedding. I said, nigga, you didn't invite me to your wedding. But like, well, it was a funny moment, but I think that kind of was like it started to head in the direction where we could be civilized and just have a real conversation.
What year was
About
that
what was
wedding?
going on. Shit. Oh, two or is a what? A one? Oh, one? There's one somewhere around there. Oh, two.
Who would be able to get pictures of that wedding? I have to be in one of those pictures.
I have a picture via Prophet where he's holding, I believe, Armani in his arm, and he's with Prophet at the wedding.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have pictures. Well, Val has
yeah.
pictures. You'll probably see some of those pictures in the documentary.
No, but I'm saying, is there any pictures of me at the wedding? Because I don't have no pictures of my life.
They caught one shot of you serving dog in the corner by the bathroom and shit.
Yeah.